What are we unpacking today?
Well, I'm going to do an intro first.
That was the intro.
No, it's There's a lot to unpack here, right? Not there's a lot to unpack there.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Okay, that's what I thought. You know when you like start to think too hard about something and you're like, what color is this?
Yes.
You know, like that kind of a vibe. Okay.
Hello,
Hi,
everyone.
everybody. Wow, that was really in sync. I love that.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
You're listening to There's a Lot to Unpack here. This is
today,
episode 2.
And what are we unpacking?
We're talking about our aesthetics and like maybe some identity development stuff. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
It could. You'll have to find out.
But this is the podcast where we're talking about mental health stuff, except like IRL though. And so we're talking about it by sharing our dirty laundry with you
in
guys
the trenches.
Today. Yeah. So yeah, I want to talk about aesthetics a little bit, and I also want to talk to you guys about our new space a little bit because we haven't really gotten to like fully flesh out what the heck is going on here.
Because if you're looking at it, you're probably thinking,
what the hell is going on here? Yeah, but isn't it great though? I love it.
I was scared at first. I won't lie.
No, I was too. Yeah,
this took weeks.
This is
weeks
also
to get here.
Those words just mushed together. Did you hear that?
I don't even know. I thought you were just. You sound like a Mario character or something.
So the thing that happens with us a lot, and part of why I think it might be fun to have this little chit chat today, is because we find ourselves in these situations where the vision that we have for a space and like what we want our environment, like we've done this with our house too.
Yes.
What we want it to feel like is something that we can't find reference photos for.
Or like you can't Google like 70s.
Yeah. So yeah, when we
80s,
were
90s.
When we were like designing this space, I wanted it to feel like or to look like how the inside of my head feels.
I have a clear picture of that now.
Yeah, but like you can't type that into Google. You know, you can't really put that on Pinterest.
No, this is not an aesthetic. You can just
Google. I think in some ways it kind of is, but also like the keywords that we were using to try to find the decor and like the vibe that we were going for, we kept typing in like retro, funky. I used bimbo a lot.
And the word bimbo did come up a lot. And it's not wrong.
No, like queer decor, honestly. Mid-century mod, pop art is like very colorful.
Pop art, yes.
But like it's not any one of those things all on its own. It's like sort of a mishmash.
It's its own.
Yes.
You put in a blender. Also, I think the thing about it is it's like so off the wall. Funny because it's on the wall. But because like the lack of color is so oppressive.
Ooh.
Like finding things that are not black, gray, beige, brown.
Fun fact.
Fucking
almost
good
all
luck.
of the frames, except for the sparkly ones and
the
big ones, a few of the small ones, but like almost all of the frames on this wall, I had to paint them with acrylic paint.
Because nobody sells frames with colors.
Yes, I felt like that woman on TikTok. I think her name is Karen, who makes paints like the strawberry stools, and the dinosaurs and stuff. If you follow her,
is that the same person?
She's the greatest. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But she does a lot of like DIY stuff where she paints things because it's really hard to find stuff that matches the look that you're going for.
Yes, and also too, I know we talked about it last episode, but the thrifting thing, like, what do other stores look like in other states? Because I refuse to believe
please
that
put it in the comments.
At home, that our Rosses are.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Because Hannah's over here throwing it around like.
I know.
They don't, like
talking about how they have all this cool stuff in
like
her home goods.
Where?
Donde? Because it's not in mine.
I don't see it.
I feel
the 55 trips we took there.
Robbed. Because I think this is very much
a
thing that happens based on like your regional, probably like regionally, like what sells,
which makes
what
sense.
People are looking for. Yes,
but
of course.
I hate it.
I get it, but also I'm mad about it because the reality.
I don't want retired Southwestern.
Correct.
Moved from the Northeast.
Yes.
And I'm now living in.
Also, too, the big factor that we're not addressing here is that there's a big military base in our city.
It doesn't help. It helps nothing.
And so I think a lot of that like leans towards the like Joanna Gaines, Scandinavian.
I didn't even like. We used to watch them.
Yeah.
But they have done a number on home decor and aesthetics. And also...
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Joanna Gaines has single-handedly sucked the color out of every
like a big
retail
vacuum.
Department store. It's so upsetting. It makes me really sad.
It's so sad. I remember growing up, like I had a fan in my room with every single color.
You
it was like a little rainbow fan.
Yes, I talked about this with Hannah. That was really sweet. I touched your hand. I talked about this on the podcast with Hannah, that it's not that
You and Hannah have a podcast?
Hannah and I do have a podcast. If you don't know, me and Hannah Lehman, or Hannah the Horrible here on YouTube, we host a podcast together called Thanks We Hate It. It comes out every Tuesday, and it's really a fun time.
I thought I was your first podcast.
Well, you were.
Oh,
you did.
okay.
You did kind of.
But then you like broke up with me, and then.
Well, we had a bit of a break. We were on a break. Yeah.
What is that from?
It's from Friends. That's the only quote from Friends I know.
I've literally never watched a single episode of Friends.
I actually haven't either, but I've seen a lot of memes about Ross making this like
Friends
really
is problematic still,
claim.
right?
I think so.
Now? Is it?
I don't know.
I
know a lot of people really like Friends, and so I'm not going to come for Friends.
I don't know anything about Friends, honestly.
Because I don't know anything about it. Really.
It's just about people living in an apartment in New York.
I don't know. Unclear. However, Hannah and I, yes, we do have a podcast, and it's very fun. And I talked with her about this, where I don't have beef with people who just prefer their homes to be in neutral colors.
Oh, no, not at all.
Or that like shiplap, or like the Joanna Gaines
if you're
thing.
renting and like not wanting to, or like,
you know?
Like I understand
too,
not wanting to make your house unsellable.
Yeah. And I just want people to be able to follow their joy. Like if having a home that's in neutral colors, or that is like a farmhouse aesthetic or a rustic aesthetic, if that like stirs up your insides and makes you feel joy, then like I think you should be able to do that, you know, especially in like such a capitalist dystopian late stage nightmare.
They're really doing their damnedest to like really solidify the vibes.
We should be able to live in a place that feels like a sanctuary, that feels like a home, and that makes us feel safe and like happy, you know.
Our house is dark.
Yes, my beef is not with people wanting that in their own lives. It's with the fact that these stores are refusing to sell anything that isn't that, because I don't want that. But like even our house, like, okay, this is a nice dovetail, because our house at home, our house at home. That was such
our house at home.
I meant like our rooms and
our
stuff.
House at home. Our house at home. Oh, I was like, what's wrong with that? That's a perfectly valid sentence.
No, our like decor at home. It is very dark, right? It is kind of masked.
We like to live in a cave.
Yes.
Also, it's hot here. So naturally, like it's very dimly lit.
Yeah.
It's like lots of dark woods.
It's like
black.
Like a very maximalist kind of feel mixed
Baroque
with like,
comes to mind.
With like mid-century mod. We have a lot of like mid-century mod furniture.
I love furniture with the legs.
Yeah, when they're like
at
an angle. The
little poles, the like little like the wood.
Aaron loves that.
Fuck me up. That shit is so good. That
you really
is
love
class.
that. I know.
Yeah, I do.
And I love it too. So we have a lot of that in our house, right? But even though our house is really dark, it's still very colorful. You know?
It does have color. Also, too, we do love using plants.
Yes.
Like the green, like the dark green.
We have a lot
leafies.
of cool tone stuff in our house because it's important to me that it feels like a restful and restorative place. Especially.
That's so deep. Color theory is dope, though.
Well, especially because we make content for a living. Yeah. And like, I do love it, but also there is an aspect of having to like turn it on.
No,
you know,
absolutely.
Like no one wants to watch someone who's like taking a nap, right? Like the content is meant to be engaging and interesting.
Some people might like that, but not here.
That's true. Yeah, not on our channel anyways. And so it's important to me that our home feels like a place that we can sort of downshift and be still, but it's not devoid of personality and it's not devoid of color.
Yeah.
There is still a lot of color and texture and like fun.
I think texture. I think that's the texture. Like understanding texture has been like a very like
yeah. Honestly,
like it makes
though,
a difference.
This is the thing that I'm so sorry, Gustafer. This is the thing that I kind of want to talk about a little bit is that I think you and I both have kind of gone on a journey because I have leaned away from I guess this is sort of funny. I've leaned away from like stereotypical femme aesthetics in my own like personal presentation, but also in terms of decor. And I know that might seem like, Mickey, what are you talking about? You're sitting in front of a bubblegum pink gallery wall. Hear me out though, because I feel like what I mean when I say that is that I'm leaning away from this like mom kind of aesthetic and this like caregiver thing, and also the like everything being soft and like about like family and calm and sweet. Like we leaned away.
Nice cursive lettering.
Yes, yeah. Like we have a lot more like very punchy, aggressive, you know, like fire sign energy.
It is very fire. This is fire sign energy if it was a wall.
You and I both have a fair amount of like fire, like the fire element in our natal charts. And so I think we've leaned a lot more into that. But in a way that like, but like we're both sort of leaning away from the stereotypical expectations that come along with our gender that was assigned at birth.
Yeah, I think so too, actually.
And I know that that's been kind of an interesting thing for you. Anyways, I would love for you to talk about that a little bit.
I think, well, I mean, like what aspects, or I think generally and like fashion wise, or like
that too.
We talk about the drinks thing a lot too. Are people, is that still a thing?
Yes.
Is that still like, are men still not ordering the fun foo delicious?
Because the worst thing that a man like aggro, hetero, misogynistic man could ever be is at all related to femininity.
My question is,
yes,
are margaritas feminine? They're a mixed drink, but tequila I feel like is not inherently.
But I feel like it depends on who you ask, because there are like different breeds of like toxic masculinity in regards to like food and beverage.
Like,
because like some like manly men do the like beer only, right? Like just good old like PBR for me, right? Like that's sort of like a
what
like
accent was that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But then
go on.
Also, there's this kind of like trope of masculinity of like the only thing that I drink is like whiskey.
Which also, if
neat,
I have to, right? I have tried many. I've had
I don't like them either, really. They're not good.
If I have to spend so much money.
Yes.
To get a blend or
something that doesn't hurt
good,
or like offensive.
Yes. Then like, it's just not for me.
Yes.
That's how I feel about wine. Love wine.
Because you can buy some pretty like
red wine, obviously.
Decently affordable mid-range tequila that is like just delicious.
We have some at our house right now. We have the range right now.
That's
love
what I'm
tequila.
saying.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to spend multiple hundreds of dollars on a bottle of tequila in order for it to be a pleasurable and fun experience.
Sippable, drinkable tequila on its own, not a mixer. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, agreed.
So margaritas are on the fence then.
Well, yeah, I think it depends on like who you're asking and what their personal definition of masculinity is.
Because I think it's so funny too. Because like going to get a Moscow Mule, is not that.
But also, like, there are some men who would be like, "Oh, you're like your little foo-foo mixed drink."
Like, absolutely, I fucking do.
That's what I'm saying.
It's delicious.
Yes. Also, it makes me laugh so much that anytime we get White Claws together in public, people assume that I'm like forcing you to drink them.
Oh no, I'm forcing you to drink them. Claws, seltzers, like I am
You're a seltzer girly. You love them, and I love that for us, honestly.
Yeah, same. Also, who gives a fuck what everyone is drinking?
That's what I'm fucking saying.
Drink what you want to drink. Also, it'd be so interesting to see. I wonder what breakup of the market there would be if people were actually ordering the drinks that they just wanted to drink. Or like, I wonder, like, also I can never tell if it's like a scared to try new things-ness thing.
Maybe, yeah.
Or like, is it like a commitment to...
Probably that also. But
also, beer's so like, I do love beer.
Same. But like, I like beer in the way that I enjoy, I don't know, like burgers, right?
Yeah.
Like every once in a while. Like
I gotta be in the mood for it.
It's heavy. It's a lot, and sometimes it's like that indulgent, like very.
Oh yeah, like a beer and pizza. Are
so good.
Bae. Like that is life.
Yes, pizza and beer and like a good TV
Wings.
show. Love.
Honestly, like that would be the only time like I'm like okay with like if there's some sports ball on or something, like if I'm at someone's house, I'm like, oh my god, it's not the worst.
No,
that's the only time.
I want to like watch a game show or something instead.
Oh yeah, I do love that.
That sounds more fun.
And some wings, and your face is just covered.
I hate that.
You don't know how to.
That's
That's
nightmare.
just me. I do not. I get a little too excited when I eat wings. I think it just something happens.
I'm not going
to address that. Something in my brain.
Yeah, no, I just don't like this. Stop. I don't like
Keep it on track.
I'm trying. I don't like the feeling of wing sauce. Just like, this is the thing too.
No
like,
problem for me.
When, if we go, like, people have invited us out to like, like come to the bar or whatever. Like we're going to get wings.
I'm not getting wings in public.
No.
I can't eat wings in public. It's
going to get all over me. And then, but what happens? You just like full commit to the bit, right? You just like are covered in wing sauce.
If you're going to do it, you got to do it.
But I will do the thing where I take a bite and then I wipe my hands and then I take a little trip to the sink and I am going to
get it all done and I'm going to look like a child who just ate a chocolate bar that's been outside melting and it's just like the I am remember that that time we went to that bar and it was just you and me so I didn't care but it was Wing Wednesday and so they have the wings obviously half off so 50 cents a wing and I got those hot those Carolina Reaper
no it was a scorpion pepper
oh god I will never and I ordered 6 of them I will never
was a commitment
and honestly from that point on that wasn't that long ago from that point on I said I prefer taste over heat and I have never that was an experience to say the least.
I don't envy that at all.
My body had thoughts.
I already have tummy troubles. I can't imagine.
I think that's probably why I do have tummy troubles now. Is I think that single experience,
impact?
Yes, absolutely.
Honestly, I don't doubt that.
It readjusted my.
I've never had scorpion peppers before.
You're not. It was okay. Honestly, it tasted so good, but that heat, the heat was.
I feel like I wouldn't be able to think straight though.
Well, I wasn't. I had about 4 cups of ranch and 6 waters in about 15 minutes.
That's why you had tummy troubles. Yeah. Just the sheer amount of dairy you had to consume to cut the edge.
Nothing cools it off. That video with Jennifer Lawrence. What do you say?
What do you mean? What do you mean? then literally that was you.
Yes.
Yeah. But no, I just don't appreciate the like sensory experience of having food on my hands. I'm this way with like fried food and stuff
or like
too,
while
though.
we're cooking?
People think it's like me trying to be ladylike, and I'm like, no, I want to like eat my fries with a fork.
Yeah.
Or like if there's like
That's why I like
food,
boneless. That's why boneless wings are fine in public.
Boneless wings are chicken nuggets, which are delicious.
That's fine. They are. I'm not having this argument with you. I'm literally not having. I'm not doing this again.
Bone-in wings.
I'm literally not having this argument with you again.
They're just better, baby.
I don't fucking agree.
But why?
I'm not.
But why'd you
We're
bring it
not
up?
doing this.
Why'd you bring it up?
You brought it up. You brought it up.
I said that I like eating
doing this with
appetizers and finger foods with a fork because I hate the sensory experience of having like grease and crumbs and gook on my fingers.
Agreed.
I don't like it.
But then that's boneless chicken wings.
No. But okay,
fine.
but what I'm telling you is if I'm going to order boneless chicken wings, then I'm not going to get the same emotional satisfaction that I would from ordering bone-in wings.
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices.
No. Me? Never.
That's fair. Compromise? Who is she?
That's not true.
That's not true.
I'm good at compromise. Do you actually feel like I'm bad at compromising?
No, I don't think you're bad at compromising.
Okay.
You compromise all the time.
I
let the record show.
I've made an effort.
Let the record show.
I used to be really bad at compromising.
If you ever need to use this as evidence in a court of law,
Thank
you have your
in the court of law of what?
Court of law.
Like
I don't know.
Being prosecuted for being unreasonable and disagreeable.
And I'd say please refer to episode 2, season 1 of our podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
But
also look at us with our little matchy drinks.
Oh yeah.
I think we're so cute.
Trader Joe's.
I love the drinks from Trader Joe's.
Please.
I'm obsessed with them.
Please. They don't need any help. We're already doing it for free. Why would they pay us?
I don't know. Sponsor us, Trader Joe's.
The oolong tea is so good.
It's so good.
But anyways, yeah, back to the drink things.
Yeah,
or whatever.
sorry. I really derailed us there. No, I just think it's interesting how you and I both have over the past couple of years made
like very
this,
recent too, I feel like.
Yeah, we've made kind of this discovery that we feel more like ourselves when we lean further away from those like gendered expectations.
Yeah, I wish like gender neutral clothes. Also, what is with like gender neutral clothes sections?
Don't
on like every time I'll go check it out and I'm like, okay, just because it's an oversized T-shirt.
Yes.
Like that's not
actually what I'm looking for.
I know, like that I could just go do that.
Also, too,
anyways.
I feel like there's this attitude that gender neutral clothing is inherently streetwear, which is not what I'm looking for.
I know I'm not cool enough to pull off streetwear.
Exactly. Yes.
But like I would like to still just be like, oh, or yes.
Yes. The overalls that I'm wearing today.
They're so cute.
If you're watching this on YouTube, hi. But if you're only listening,
if you're watching this anywhere else, also hi.
Well, yes, but if you're only listening to this, I'm wearing overalls today. I got them from Torrid, and they're like the comfiest.
Oh, you were so surprised by that too. Torrid's like hit or miss. These days.
I have a really hard time with Torrid because a lot of the clothes.
Is that the one we went into the mall that one day and there's just rough?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, because a lot of it, first of all, is very femmy, which gives me wicked gender dysphoria.
Yeah.
But like the thing. I feel the need to defend myself.
Defend it.
Because I think I have bright pink hair and I do present as very femme, right? And so when I say that, people are like,
well, what are you doing then?
Like, well, also, like, what are you talking about? Like, that can't be true. But what I mean is
two things can be true at the same time.
It's like femmy in the like Republican way, kind of.
Yeah.
Like the
for a second, I thought you were referring to yourself. I was like, that's not what I thought we were doing today.
No. I mean, like in Torrid, a lot of the clothes are like peplum bottoms and like frilly sleeves and like little cap sleeves and like the t-shirts where they like taper in on your sides and they have really thin sleeves, right? Like that kind of feminine gives me terrible gender dysphoria.
No,
but like
sense.
The bimbo femme thing with like
totally
the bright
fine.
Pink and like crop tops and like having my tits out, that's fine. That doesn't bother me at all. Well, I mean, to be fair, my tits do bother me sometimes, and I, would like to change that. But like generally speaking, what I mean is like the more like it's almost like this casual assumption of femininity as opposed to this like overperformed.
Like throw it in your face kind of a thing.
Yes. Yeah. Like that is
like I'm doing this intentionally.
Yes.
Because I want to, not because like this is just.
Yeah, not because it's just like the assumption and it's like I think part of it too is that if I want to wear a t-shirt, I just want to wear a t-shirt. I don't need it to be like tapered.
No, like
and to,
just let it be.
Look at my body. It's
let
just
it
like
be on my body.
Yes, I just want to wear a t-shirt.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Literally.
And so I have a hard time with Torrid because of that, because almost everything in there is that very like frilly,
feminine, like,
tapered,
yes,
and like in like the I don't know. like frilly grandma tablecloth kind of way.
Well, that's like when you're doing that box service for the clothes too.
Ooh, yes.
Like you're like, so like I feel like I'm slowly turning into like my aesthetic is becoming mom aesthetic.
Like,
which like nothing wrong.
No, but like I felt like I was specifically becoming my mom, which is not like how I felt happy or like comfortable in my own clothes, you know?
Well, I mean, also you was like, you're like trying to make it happen. Make it work. Like,
exactly.
This is not.
And I think that's like a thing that happens with plus size clothes generally is that there is like two speeds. It's the like, well, we hate your body, and so clearly you must also hate your body.
So let us help you hide that.
Correct.
Let's do something about that.
Or it's like the Fashion Nova type of situation.
Yes.
Where like again, it's like the thing where like, do you really think that I'm cool enough to be wearing this to like go to the grocery store? Like, because I am not. I just
also too like most of the time like I just
clothes, but not like in a hiding my body way.
Yeah, like I don't need to be looking like on 10 when I'm thrifting.
No,
or like going to the gas station.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that is one of the worst like scams that TikTok has single-handedly perpetuated.
What?
Or like I guess it's social media generally.
I think probably social media generally.
Just this idea that it's perfectly normal and like it's an expectation that everyone is putting together like a fit every single day, regardless of what they're doing. Because I can assure you that, like, first of all, they're not. And second of all, that's not a realistic expectation.
Also, we don't live somewhere either. I think maybe that might be different if we live somewhere where maybe, like, keeping up with the Joneses was more...
Sure, yeah. If we literally lived, in New York City.
Yeah.
Great.
But, like, that's not what's going on
That's not
here.
Our experience, you know?
Nope. Not in this little podunk town.
And also, too, even if it was, like, that doesn't have to be the way that you experience day-to-day life. Yeah. Like, it's very normal to want to just wear... comfy, regular ass. It's not like an inspired outfit kind of clothes.
No, like everything doesn't need like an inspiration.
Yes, it can just kind of be clothes.
Yes, I always love though those videos of the fashion week, or not the fashion week, but like at art school, design school or whatever.
Oh my god,
yeah, like everyone is wearing, and it's you like that is just.
It's just
I can't
a level
wearing
of
that on
inspiration. I know.
Yes, but also too, I feel like sometimes there's like that fine line of like being in like sometimes like. So I would say definitely I used to dress for the utility of things.
Yes. Yeah.
Also, didn't you have an epiphany about cargo pockets recently?
No.
I think you did.
No, I didn't.
Are you just saying that because you don't want it on camera?
No, because the cargo shorts that you used to wear were disgusting.
Okay. Yeah. I know. They were...
Wearing...
They were old. Yeah.
Wearing like... joggers that have cargo pockets on them with like a cute little set of sneakers and a crop top and like a little jacket is very different than wearing cargo shorts that are like khaki with like a graphic tee.
They weren't yeah.
Some of them were khaki. Well, and also it was the thing where like you and I have talked about this extensively that like in the cis hetero toxic masculinity way or like, you know, culture, I guess.
Yeah.
Men who dress for fashion like, oh, you must be gay, right?
Oh,
straight men don't care about their clothes. Straight, aggressive, you know, like manly
high value men
only wear clothes that are like for utility.
Yes.
Right? And like that's so sad. That's not fair.
No, for
why
real.
Like why is that a thing? And also like literally what does that mean? That like it is
also,
bad.
fashion is just made up.
Well, yes, but like also that's the fun
everything.
of it.
No,
you know?
yes, that's what I'm saying though.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't understand why like an entire section of the population is supposed to be excluded from being allowed to express themselves.
No, literally.
In their like
it's the same thing
clothes.
with the emotional stuntedness and like like not having feelings and like just bottle that shit, like just do
feel nothing.
Do
nothing. Just like be an empty slate basically.
Yeah.
Unless you're angry, then be angry.
Angry is a totally valid and perfectly good emotion for men.
Yeah. In the same way that like men's fashion in that like very stereotypical lens is like plain and black and like mostly
There's
for
like nothing
utility.
wrong with a monochrome
but again like there's such a difference between doing an intentional monochrome look like you know for the vibes as opposed to just like these are the clothes that I have so like this is what I put on my body today, you know? And like it's no shade for people who just like want to do that. That's fine. Not everybody has to care about fashion.
Yes.
But I think
totally.
telling people that you're not allowed to when you want to because of your assumed gender identity is like so fucking annoying to me.
I think the thing too, and we kind of like we started on this in the beginning and then like but like finding the aesthetic that works for you.
Yes.
Especially I feel like too it's difficult and like sometimes this isn't people's fault.
Yeah.
But like when you want to be adventurous or creative and like find like best of fucking luck. Like either you gotta have money to put up or like You're digging. Well, and we talk about that thing all the time too. Like, is like fat fashion.
Yes.
Like to be fashionable and fat.
And fat is so hard.
Also to be like
so hard.
Well, like it requires a bit of money. Like
it requires
an investment.
You to have disposable income.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because also too, like if I had $1 for every time you had to buy like several outfits.
Oh yeah.
To like get something that. What, the Harry Styles concert?
Yes, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I think you bought 17 outfits.
More than that. For at least 2 months leading up to that concert. Because the Harry Styles concert is like a thing. Like people wear a lot of really fun, retro inspired, and just like generally very loud and cute outfits. Yeah. And I knew if we went and I just told myself, who cares, just wear jeans, like or jeans and a t-shirt, that I would feel sad and I would feel left out.
And that was fun.
And so I was like, I want to put together like an actual outfit, right? I want to feel like I'm, living my best life. And I looked on so many places. Like when you Google Harry Styles concert outfit, the first things that come up are
and on Amazon.
Stores. Well, actually, our stores like Dolls Kill, which is problematic, and like
is it just problematic for problematic sake, or
it's like a whole thing. I don't have the strength to get into it.
Fair enough.
If you know, you know. But there are like a bunch of other stores that sell kind of like retro inspired and like alt-y type of fashion. Yeah. But they literally don't carry above a size large or extra large.
Yes. Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, that's not going to work. So like, I started looking specifically at plus size places. I looked at Fashion Nova. I looked at Torrid. I know
you went to websites that were like not even in the States, like beyond.
And I found a lot of stuff that was like, okay, fine, maybe this will work, to the tune of like several $100s a piece, or things that I knew full well were just not going to work on my body because like we're going to a concert. I want to be able to wear a bra.
Move and dance and run around and have fun.
And so I'm not wearing something backless or strapless or like something that's going to fall off of me. I also don't want to wear something that's going to like hurt me or aggravate my skin, right?
Yes.
And so like all of these things, like it just started to turn into this like things devolved so quickly into like, I guess I'm just ordering shit from Amazon.
I know, and I felt so bad like they would come in and like.
I personally draw the line at Shein. I think my size is small enough that I don't have to resort to using Shein.
But also so like the fact that that's like the option.
No, I know, yeah. And that's like why a lot of plus size people end up having to use fast fashion websites like that, because you literally can't find clothes anywhere else that aren't like literally hundreds of dollars per piece.
Yes.
So I drew the line at Shein, but I ordered like 5 or 6, maybe 7.
I remember doing returns like on like, every day. I was like returning something,
like rounds of clothes though, not like 5 or 6 or 7 outfits. I mean like 5 or 6 or 7 like hauls of clothes where like there was 3 or 4 or 5 outfits in each batch, and like all of them would be not the right size, not the right look, the texture would be wrong, it didn't fit well, it was itchy or uncomfortable, just like ended up not being practical. They were too long, they were too small, it just
like everything
all bad. I had like several meltdowns about the whole thing.
You would think you had like the most
know
unrealistic proport. Like
literally, I do not.
I don't understand. Yeah,
I just am fat and short.
And that's why we always say if you see someone fat and fashionable, give them some fucking kudos.
Please give them a compliment. If you see a lovely fat person wearing a fit that looks like so beautifully put together, it's because a lot of time and intention. They probably spend a lot of fucking
time on that.
You can't just like go to a singular website
or
and
store.
pick a top, a bottom, some accessories, and some shoes and call it a day. Yes. You have to like carefully source pieces from all different places.
Also, everyone's sizes are so different. I think that's like the
it's so annoying.
Like we talk about this too all the time, but I think like that was like one of the experiences where like I really got to see like the thin privilege.
Yes.
'Cause, like I had my outfit put together and like I could have had like whatever options I wanted in like 20 minutes.
I ordered you one outfit.
Yeah.
And
I put the wrong pant size for the length. So like, I'll just return it and get another one, and I got it in time before it came, but like
your outfit was situated even
like?
with that return before mine was.
Yeah.
And like I was all the way up until the last couple of days before the concert.
Oh, no, I know. I remember. Because we were thinking like, wow, like, are you just going to end up wearing?
Yes. And I was really sad about it. I'll put a picture of our outfit because we looked really cute.
Mm-hmm.
I
did like those pants, but I just wish they were fitted.
Yeah.
Had they been. I know. I will always be a millennial at heart, and I just don't do well with the big.
I know.
I want them to.
You want them to touch
to hug
your legs.
my body.
Honestly, that's fair. I do appreciate that though. I think you look really cute in skinny jeans.
Oh, thank you.
And like fitted pants.
I appreciate that.
I really like that. Which I guess in a way is kind of like, at least I remember growing up because we are millennials.
Man.
We graduated high school in like the 2010s.
In the thick of it.
Yeah. And at the time, the like boy band thing was or like the emo boy thing.
Yes.
And I never
really did. I never really did.
No, but I remember both of our dads and like all of the adult men in our lives talking
shitting
about
on
those kids in their little girly pants, their little skinny jeans. Where's your balls even supposed to go?
Also, it's so funny.
Like
I feel
all this weird hatred.
I feel like growing up, we heard the term like Metro so much.
Why? Yes.
Like, where did that come from?
What does that mean?
And then it just like went away, which is fine. But like, what does that mean?
I don't know.
Like, what does Metro like?
I literally
where did
don't
that
know.
like? What does that like?
We're gonna have to Google that
because I literally like I'm about to Google. My phone's not here, but like I don't even know.
Hold on, I'm gonna Google it.
Like, why was that? Like, how did they decide? Because
also,
being
it was
gay was a thing.
Yeah.
Yes, but like they would use it to describe like hetero men.
Yeah.
But who cared about like not looking like a bag of smashed assholes? Like,
I guess. Okay.
I am confused.
So metrosexual is an adjective relating or denoting men who live in urban areas and enjoy shopping, fashion, or similar interests traditionally associated with women or gay men.
Is it because we live close to California and like our parents are from Cali?
Baby, I don't know.
And so like maybe like it just invokes like San Francisco, I guess.
Yeah,
so is it like
really
supposed to be? Is this like the dig on Californians?
There's literally a New York Times write-up in the style section that's titled "Metrosexuals were just straight men who loved self-care." Right?
No, like that's what I'm saying. Like, are you dogging on me because I like to cut my fingernails and like
apparently
not smell like shit? I guess like
yeah, and because you enjoy shopping.
Because like now I feel like I would definitely be considered like metrosexual. I know, but like a lot of my friends would be too.
Yes, but also too like
I feel like washing your asshole is like should not be like a prerequisite to like
Agreed.
Like maybe we just start there.
Yeah, I think everybody should just be washing their own buttholes and genitals generally for good hygiene.
The fucking growing up was a time.
Yes. Well, I also remember too that there was a lot of derisive language about men who like did their hair.
And like using like gel product. Now you can't walk 5 feet without.
No, literally, but also too like
good.
because you have a haircut where you use pomade and stuff to like keep it out of your face and like situate it the way you like. That like
I refuse to use gel or any hair products in high school.
You're very particular about it now too.
No, I know I am, but like it's just so funny to think. How like opposed.
Yes. Well, because at the time it was like some forbidden thing. Why?
Like you could do that if you go to a salon. I used to go get my hair cut at a salon.
Yeah.
Granted, my mom would take me, but like like
when you're a kid.
And like it was just like like I don't know. I just never. Like I remember when I started going to like fucking sport clips or whatever with my dad. Like, but that was more so too just because I hated like it was on the other side of town. To go to the salon, so like I was just gonna go. Yeah. I know, isn't that like funny? But also then I was like, just shave it all off. I don't give a shit.
Oh my God. That is a period of time in our lives.
Oh, that haircut. The lack of haircut.
In a dark,
no pictures of that will be.
You guys, when I tell you that Aaron has made such a
thank you.
A turnaround, it's been such a glow up to see you care more about your own like appearance and self-care and like foster this interest in fashion. Like I'm being so serious. You really used to just shave all your hair off. Yeah.
Which is crazy too.
You just had like no hair basically.
But it was like the utility thing again.
Yes.
Like.
Yes. Yeah. In high school you had long hair.
No, I know I did. And then like I got out of high school and I was like, nothing matters, I guess. And like just shave it all off. Like I don't give a shit.
I feel like you had kind of a weird nihilist period when you graduated high school.
Who doesn't?
I didn't. I was just like garden variety depressed, I think.
Oh.
Yeah.
You should have tried my way.
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah. It still comes back.
I am just fascinated though. Do you feel like you still do the utility thing with your clothes? Like do you care more about like the function of them than you do the fashion
like
of them?
I will say I'm not like shorts got to be above the knee. Like I need inches.
Yes.
Like if it's longer than that now, like nope, not even basketball shorts. Like
no. Even your exercise.
I feel like I can't move. Like I feel like I need to always be able to do the leg test. The front.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia.
Yes. I need the short shorts.
That's like so not a joke anymore.
I need to be able to do that.
Aaron's like regular.
But then I like stuff baggier on top now.
Yeah. Which I feel like makes sense.
I like the baggy up top, tight on bottom. You know.
We're the opposite.
We are the opposites.
Because I like short, like little crop tops, tight things. Because I hate it. For me, it's a sensory thing.
No, it's a sensory thing for me too. Yeah.
I can't fucking deal with like sleeves and like especially stuff around my neck. I hate it. Even t-shirts. I have a hard time with t-shirts too because I will like
and
pull
that's not your fault.
on the necks of
to like loosen them out and then they just look
because I feel like I'm choking. Like A, because nobody sizes up the neck hole for fat people, but B, because my boobs are giant
and, you do and
like suck up all of the space up here, and so it ends up just like I feel like I'm choking, like I'm gonna die, and so I end up wearing tank tops, and I feel like that's why people like in high school too. Everybody assumed that I just wanted to be some kind of like little high school slut with my boobs out all the time. And like, I really
just wanted to be comfortable.
I just didn't want to wear t-shirts. I hated having stuff around my neck. And like, especially then, like when you're in high school, you don't like, I didn't really have money necessarily of my own. Like I did a little, I guess, but you know,
like a little.
I was like shopping at Wet Seal and like.
What the fuck is Wet Seal? That sounds familiar.
It was a store that was really popular when we were in high school.
I only went to the mall like 5 times when I was a kid. Like that was just not my.
It was like the
I'd prefer staying home playing video games.
The Universal like buy your first thong there store.
Oh yeah.
It was like the store that sold like the cool girl
Didn't
clothes.
Your mom get mad at you when she found out?
Oh yeah. But here's the
also, why were thongs such a thing? Like,
I don't know. Fun fact, actually, my best friend bought me my first
I can't remember you telling me that
set of thongs when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Because she knew that if I tried to buy them and my mom found them, that she would be
Game
mad.
over.
So she literally went to Walmart with her mother and bought me a whole bag of them. But I successfully kept my underwear a secret from my own mother for years, baby.
It is crazy.
I was a freshman in high school when when my friend gave me those underwear, and I, you know, like just being a little, you know, like high school, like, oh, this is so cool, right? I like kept them a secret from my mom for like 2 years. I was like 16 by the time she found out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that weird?
But like,
also, what a weird thing. Like, why
is it?
I feel like we all had this experience as like
thongs
millennial
are like
kids.
so sexualized.
Yes. Like, why?
Bro,
but also, why did we all want them so bad?
I don't know. Is it because like the whale tail thing?
Yes.
From the early,
yes.
the low rise.
I was
jeans,
that girl.
And you didn't wear low rise though.
Yeah. Fuck I didn't.
Yeah, I guess in comparison to.
Especially in comparison to now, I literally hike my pants all the way up to like under my belly button.
I can't.
Or under my ribs.
Yeah.
I love wearing high-waisted pants.
I remember when you started
comfy.
switching and I was like, honestly, like it works.
Yeah.
Like, it looks so much better.
Also, where am I going to put my belly?
It's
going to go somewhere. I can't. Can you imagine me wearing low-rise pants and my belly just hanging over the top? That's not for me. I would feel so exposed.
No, absolutely.
I like to carry my belly around in my pants like a little purse.
Like a little fanny pack.
Yeah.
A little belly pack.
It is, yeah.
I love that.
Like, so first of all, like I literally could not wear low-rise pants.
Yeah.
But back in the day, like that was the thing. We would wear low-rise jeans mostly.
Yes.
And then you would buy these thongs that were like so high-waisted. It was like the Baywatch cut.
Yes.
And then you would like wear them above your pants
like,
so that everybody knew that you were one of the
thong
cool
on.
girls.
What?
Which is so embarrassing.
What is that?
Hindsight. I don't know.
I would love to hear. I can't wait to hear about what trends there were now.
I know.
Or like
yeah, I wonder
kids
about
in
that
high school,
too.
like what the cringy shit is gonna be.
I know. I feel like the expectation though for like having cute little outfits is much higher now though.
I can see that, yeah.
Especially with social media, because back in the day that was like not a thing.
No one was seeing like you just wearing it for that day. Like
and
no
also
one was gonna...
online shopping was not a thing really.
Oh, that's such a good point.
That's why we were all having these experiences like this ubiquitous like buying your first thong at Wet Seal experience because there was nowhere else to buy clothes except for the mall.
Yeah.
That was
I wonder what that must be like now growing up.
Oh, like, I don't know. It sounds stressful.
Well, I can't imagine. Or like, would that make things easier or worse? Or like, I feel like you would be buying shit all the time.
Oh, yeah. Especially with my ADHD.
Yeah. Like you would have a lot of clothes. Like you already had a lot of clothes.
Yeah. I had a legitimate problem in college, though, where I would, because I worked as a barista in college and I had just like next to no money, basically.
You didn't do great with keeping.
I would routinely transfer my last dime out of my savings account into my checking to buy clothes.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
what a time to be alive.
I had no other bills. I was like, I already paid my rent for this month and I want this stuff in front of me. So I was like, my card would decline and I'd be like, hold on.
I don't
and
think
I'd
so.
go to the back of the line and I'd transfer money.
I can't believe you used to have to walk to go cash your checks.
Because I didn't have a car.
I know you didn't have a car, and that you had some random federal credit union, not federal credit union, but like
it was a credit
union.
Yeah, it was a local credit union that had like one branch in the whole city.
No, yes, and you had to walk your ass.
Yes, I had to take the light rail to the bus, and then the bus to the closest bus stop, and then walk like about a mile.
I guess I'm not eating today.
Literally,
in the summer.
I told you that story, didn't I? About the cold medicine.
Oh yes, that woman had to buy it for you.
No one bought it for me.
I thought you went in some nice old woman.
No. The very first cold that I ever had, like like I got really sick living in my apartment alone. I needed cold medicine. I thought I had some, but I was all out. And so I drug my sick ass. You can tell this is like definitely a pre-COVID world too, because I felt no shame about being on the light rail.
Well, you had to, I mean...
well, I know, but like now, if I was sick and in public, I'd put a mask on. But back then, you're just like,
you just go and cough everywhere.
Yeah. But I dragged my ass onto the light rail to the nearest like CVS or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I walked in there to get my cold medicine. I like grabbed a pack of it, and I knew that I was broke at the time, so I was like, I'll just get the one.
Just hope for the best.
So I get up to the thing, I put my stuff down, and I run my card, and it declines. And I was like, no, please no. So I ran it again. And at the time, my card had a limit on it that if you ran it 3 times unsuccessfully, it would lock the card. And she was like, yeah, it's not working. Like the card declined. And I was like, oh, okay. And I literally just stood there for a minute, and then I went outside. I stood outside of the CVS, and I just cried. It's
funny now, but it's so sad.
I didn't have any money. I didn't have any fucking money to buy cold medicine, and I couldn't really, like, I guess I could have called my parents, but I was, like, too proud to.
No, yes, always too proud.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just got back on the light rail, and I went home, and then I laid down in my bed and waited for death to come. I was so sick, but it was, like... That was like very much my experience, because I think I did have a paper check at home. Yeah, but I just like couldn't.
You couldn't get that was way farther than going to CVS right on the corner.
Yeah, so I was like, well,
oh my gosh,
I guess we'll just fucking wait it out. Yeah, this has nothing to do with the subject matter at hand. Sorry, we do that a lot.
Speaking of money though, I can't remember. We were talking about how we got on the wall or like. Our house. I don't even know. We were talking about clothes and drinks.
I do kind of want to tell you guys more about the wall, though, because I feel like there's a lot of stories. I do want to put a office tour up on Patreon.
Waiting on a couple pieces still, I think, but it's mostly.
Yeah, the one behind you.
Yeah,
that's not meant to be there, to be clear.
She might stay. Who knows?
I just miscounted because we had these two prints.
We set it up, and then we were short, remember?
And this one, the Gender Outlaw, we're both from Metrosexuals, who... his shop is in the UK, and I ordered
his stuff got kicked off of the Target Pride.
Yes, yeah. Prelin is one of the artists his stuff got like completely removed,
which
is
such
Target.
A shame because it's so good.
I know.
Like some of my favorite.
Like literally, what is wrong with this?
Yes,
the Gender Outlaw. Are you joking? That's great. But yeah, so those ended up being late, and we were just waiting for them to come in, and then I miscounted, and I was like, oh, we only need 2 more, so that's good. And then we put up this 3rd frame that has nothing in it, and so now I need to get another print.
We'll get something in there.
I do have something that I just need to print, but
anything else stand out to you? I love that we just found that phone, the pink phone.
I know.
My favorite.
It's actually a toy. I found it on Etsy because I really wanted a pink phone for the wall. You said something about it offhandedly, and I was like, "Oh, we're getting one."
Yeah, no,
I really want one.
It just stuck. I love the 3D-ness of the wall because we have never incorporated shelves before,
which was a challenge.
Because this is not our first time doing a wall like this either. I can't believe you can buy a kit for this too.
Home. Oh my God. It makes me so sad.
It's just not the same. Like, that's not how.
Because, like, no judgment, obviously. No. If that's just, like, what's affordable and attainable for you, like, go off. That's none of my business.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it takes the soul out of it.
I think it's because there's someone we know.
Yeah.
I think it's like when someone you know does something that you maybe don't like very much.
Yeah.
And then they do it, and you're like, you're not doing it right. Like, that's not. Yeah.
We're just judgy assholes, is really what it is.
We are. I'm trying to be a recovering hate ass, but it's
kind of hard. We're kind of
sometimes you just gotta embrace it. Yeah.
I also really love this little guy who is almost
my favorite.
He's like a dead ringer for the Gender Outlaw print, and we did not do that on purpose.
Oh no, I know. I would just love to show the camera too.
I know,
because apparently, it was so funny while we were at the store. They were saying how.
Oh yes. Also, hold on before you show the bottom of that. Tell your story, but
while we were at the store, the cashier was like, "Oh, did you guys see this online?
Yeah, on TikTok.
No,
Instagram.
She said on Facebook." And I said, "Oh, I don't even know if I want to." I'm not even quite sure if I want to buy this anymore. But they're like, yeah, people have been coming in to snatch them up. And this is the last one. They're not thinking any of it.
Yeah.
We just genuinely love this.
Yeah. Hold on. Before you show the bottom of this, like mild trigger warning for trypophobia, because I did have to drill through it. It's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but
if you're sensitive.
We had to take some weight out of it. It's quite heavy.
Yeah.
So
we just drilled
Nikki
holes in the bottom.
Went ham. I don't know why some of these are connected. I guess it looks kind of cool.
Well, because I was trying to like hollow it out in its entirety.
Yeah, but anyways, it did. So now.
But now it's like much lighter, and it fits on the shelf really well. I think it's kind of covering the print behind it a little bit. But really, that's okay. But I might move it, honestly, because we still have one shelf that's empty up there that I need to fill. But
yeah, and then our little mushy houses. And I know you can't see it either too, but our big 3D printed lollipop.
Yeah, we have a giant melted 3D printed lollipop.
And if you didn't know, that brain over there is actually a candle.
It is a candle.
You can't see the brain over here. That's not the main channel.
I will say that's one of my favorite things about the setup is that it works obviously for when we're doing this, and I think it looks really great.
Yes.
But we also designed it in such a way that when we move this chair to film main channel content, that I have my little corner, and so you get to see parts of the wall, but you don't get to see the whole thing.
Yes.
Which is also something that we want to like continue adding to and like making this like a continual project.
Yes. Also, shout out if anyone can guess the song lyrics or show.
Yeah.
I will not. None of these will be getting revealed or shared or shown.
There are song lyrics and show quotes on the wall.
Obviously, with the old shitty artwork.
Yes. Yeah, but with new stuff too, because
Mickey made quite a few of these.
We made this one and this one.
That one.
Yeah, the one that's over on your right-hand shoulder.
I wish our wonderful, beautiful, naked flower woman.
I know,
writing
she's so
Saturn,
cute.
But she's like always out of frame. I kind of wish she got take more chances, do more dances.
I love that print so much.
Dances.
I found that one on Etsy.
I know.
Our little frogs that are in the corner wearing their little cowboy hats.
But needless to say, this is quite the Mickey really like went off and did like such a good job.
I actually, you know what?
We did do a lot of like
I feel like we curated it together.
If it looks like it's from the thrift store, that was probably me.
Yeah. But honestly though, like a lot of it, I feel like we did a really good job of working together on it. And we also did a better job this time of like transforming stuff instead of buying ready-made pieces. Yes.
That chair did not look like that. Mickey reupholstered it.
It was covered in denim and like rickrack.
Cute.
Yeah.
It was just a little chair.
It was a little couch.
That was actually the first thing we had for the wall.
It was.
Because we
found
had spent weeks debating on
how we
what we wanted the wall to look like.
We
thought we were going to do a vinyl.
Yes.
We thought we were going to do wallpaper.
We thought we were going to paint it.
We thought we were going to paint it.
Yeah.
And
we settled
then
on this.
that chair. So I think we had the chair.
Yes.
The plan was always to put some of the artwork back up.
Yes. To have some of it somewhere. Well, we also had the idea that we were going to do shelves. We were going to do a wall full of shelves and have some of the shitty artwork sitting on them.
I'm really glad we didn't do more shelves now. Also, I found the acrylic, you found the acrylic shelves.
Yes. We found them originally. We found sort of like kind of what we wanted, but not really.
That's the other thing
and then
too,
we ended
Etsy,
up finding these that I really love.
I feel like Etsy used to be such a powerhouse for finding cool and unique.
Yeah, now it's like drop shipped garbage.
And it's so
Etsy makes me really
the
sad.
shipping is like ungodly, or you're paying for it.
Yeah,
or like the shipping time.
It's really frustrating.
It's such a bummer. I feel like Etsy was like such a cool.
Yes,
I'm hopeful with like because like Twitter's going down. Obviously,
I know.
Etsy clearly is going down. I'm hopeful that there will be other websites.
Renewed, I know.
And I'm sure they're out there, but just like I'm not familiar with them.
Yeah. I mean, I will say I think a lot of what I found, especially in putting this wall together, is that I have found the most success in just like looking on social media for inspiration and like general vibes, and then finding that specific artist shop. And just buying prints from them, because like some of these are also.
I know. I love when you can just buy them outright from them. Like I love, especially like prints and stuff that you can just
like their little like Shop Joy or whatever the hosting website is called.
Shopify or something, I think.
Yes, Shopify, and just like buying from them directly.
Yes,
but also too, I feel like it's just a testament to the importance of patience in like building an aesthetic for yourself and your life generally.
Yeah.
And
we
like
talk about that all the time.
Projects
like
this. Yeah. Because when you do the thing, we have both done this where we both just like overhaul overnight. Like I'm just gonna buy all new stuff.
We
now.
are reset. We're hitting like the fucking internet. Hit the little black button with the pencil.
But like I feel most like myself now after kind of carefully, slowly collecting a piece here, a piece there, like little like a jewelry moment there, like a few colors, you know, and like stuff like that over time than I have in trying to do all of those overhauls.
Yes,
and like this took us like a solid 2 months maybe.
I feel like we started getting stuff a long time ago. That's like a long time coming.
And like it's still not done.
No, I know. But also we like you could not underestimate how much stuff. Also because our margins are so tight on the wall. That's the other thing too. Like you're really good with the spacing.
Yeah.
Like starting it.
Yeah. I like stuff to be close together.
Shout out to command hooks.
Yes.
This whole wall is held
almost
up
the whole
by,
thing.
I think like
except for
a couple of things.
Yeah, the
have
shelves.
screws and nails in them. But otherwise like
mostly
one good door slam.
But also too, like if you're looking for tips about how to like situate a gallery wall like this, hang them with command strips first.
Yeah.
Because what we did basically was just hang them with the command strips like sticking up, and then we just X-Acto knifed the top of it off. And then when we need to take them, we'll just like peel them slowly off the wall and it'll be fine. But yeah, it gave us the flexibility to hang stuff and be like, what would this look like here? And then be like, I don't like it. And then just take it off and hang it somewhere else. It ended up being a really fun project, actually.
I had so much fun putting together this wall. This is probably like one of my favorite things we've like collaborated on. If you had to say, or what do you think like teenage you, like Mickey in high school would be most surprised by your like clothing choices?
Probably the crop tops.
Okay.
Mostly, okay, so like if you asked high school me what they think of me now, high school me would be horrified because I'm visibly and obviously fat and like not ashamed of that.
Yeah. High school you, I think, would be a little confused.
Well, and just like disgusted.
Yeah.
I think high school me would judge
also,
me
high school
now.
you was a hate and like
Yes, because I was deeply insecure because I was mentally ill and I had done no meaningful work around my self-worth.
Also, I mean, we were never...
we were children.
I know, and it's just so crazy too, growing up too, we were just never like, wow, you're really mean and angry.
Yes.
That's
Did you
weird.
want to talk about that maybe?
No.
I know.
Like, it was go to your room.
But also too, like, we had pretty close relationships with a lot of teachers and like other adult mentors in that period of our life because we were like pretty heavily involved in like hobbies and other things. And like there were other parents that were involved in those activities who knew us really well. So like none of the adults in our life were like, hey, are you okay?
No, for real. Like
what's
I know,
going on?
I know, like hormones and teenageness and stuff to some degree, but like
for sure. But also too, it was just like I think looking back on it now, like from the outside, we were so like obviously and visibly not okay. Yeah. You know?
But I also think too, back to the fashion thing, like no one ever told me like my mom would take me to Kohl's and be like, you're getting shorts and t-shirts.
Yes. Here you go.
Like
it was almost
I was fine with it. Like I wasn't mad.
You and I had kind of a similar experience in that.
I would like wear stuff until like literally it would fall apart. Like I would wear that same gray jacket, that black jacket. Like I just go through my phases where I would have a piece of clothing until like, all right, you physically cannot wear this anymore because it's so stretched out, it's so loose, it doesn't work anymore. The zippers got it's
like literally unwearable.
Like you will wear this.
Did I just knock down something? Oh, it was our little bisexual thing. It's fine.
But yeah, just very much like you, and like I understand it's like a money thing too, obviously. But just like I didn't step foot into any of the mall stores until like I was
literally.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it's interesting too that there wasn't like a concerted conversation for either of us from again any of the adults in our life about like, hey, like what do you feel comfortable in?
No,
like, what do you want to wear? Like what are the things that make you feel good about yourself or that you think might be fun? You know, that was like not really anything that you or I either did until we were. Again, like adults,
yeah.
And we had
and even then, still,
even
now, still, like I still have trouble. I'm like, like very much like talk myself out of things.
Yeah,
and, like,
I feel like we're both kind of continually on the journey to unlearn societal expectations about our presentation too. Because like, if I'm being honest, the things that I want to wear feel scary to wear sometimes. Because like. The fear is like we already talked about this, but like, am I cool enough to wear this?
I literally every time.
Will people judge me for wearing this? And like for me, especially like displaying my body in this way that like doesn't convey shame, you know? And also like, is this really what I want to wear? Do I just think that I want to wear this?
We talk about that all the time too, especially too like from my end too, because you're probably like, you can wear whatever you want. Like, why the fuck are you not?
Yes, we've actually had fights about this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's hard
I know
for me
most
to
of the time you have
that.
to like convince me to like wear something. So like I'll put together an outfit and I'm like, no, like it's not gonna work.
And I'll be like, you look so cute, like you look so good. And then you'll be like, I don't know. And I'm just like, this man, like you have the world at your fingertips in terms of like thin privilege, you know. But also too, I feel like that's been an important learning curve for me though, because like you do have more options, obviously.
Yes, without a doubt.
But that doesn't like just because you have the like societal privilege of being thin doesn't mean that there's not still feelings of shame or fear or judgment about your presentation choices. They're just different. You know, like you're not so much concerned about being judged for being fat or like not being ashamed of your body. You know, we already talked about like all the gender stuff. And like all of these other sense of or sets of judgment that like factor into whether you feel comfortable to wear something or not, you know?
No, it's definitely, and I think it's
like a continual journey.
No, it is too. And I know it's like, it's so easy to say like, oh, just don't care what people think. Or like,
sure.
You just say that. It's just like
that's not how that works.
Yeah, exactly. Like just be more mature or just
literally.
Like be a fully actualized person.
More. Just be less anxious. Have you tried calming down?
Have you tried deep breathing?
Like literally no.
That's not how it works, bitch.
I think also too, there's like such a fine balancing act between channeling that energy, right?
Yes.
Of like, I don't want to care what other people think. Like, I want to wear things that make me happy, that like, you know, are life enriching for me. But also, I do have to live in this world.
Yeah. Well, that's thing we talk about. Yes. Well, that's the thing too. Like when you come out of your little
yes, there's still real life consequences.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Because like they're not always like violent or dangerous consequences, but like sometimes they are. You know,
especially for like femme presenting or like
well, and like for queer presenting people,
absolutely.
Like the choices sometimes like, do I feel like are the people that I'm going to be around either directly or indirectly going to be safe people for me to present myself as an outwardly queer person?
Well, we said you had that experience too, where we went to that gathering, and it was one of the people there was an older woman. Who very religious, very
committed to diet culture.
Yes, and like.
Made several comments and had several facial expressions. Had several looks for me.
We had not met them before.
No. But yeah, that was interesting because we went to 2 different social engagements that were like relatively similar in theme, I guess.
Yes. But like change.
One was hosted by people who were like us. Yeah, like outwardly queer. I wasn't sure how specific you wanted to be. But, you know, it was like a queer get-together. Like almost everybody there was queer. And so you and I both felt very comfortable to just like be ourselves.
Yes.
And then we went to a different sort of similar social engagement, except that almost nobody there was queer.
Yeah.
And so the experience that I had was like,
I know, it's kind of like, well, and it's like after you go to the, when you're like
the shrubs, where I was like, please
no, we did not stay at that one very long, to say the least. But yeah, no, it's very much like, okay, like these 2 worlds, like, like that's something to like still take into account. Like
blind confidence doesn't account for what it looks like to have your environment be a little bit hostile towards your choices.
Yeah, because also too, it's like a lot of times, like, is it worth? Like, yes, I want to dress how I want to dress, but like, is it worth the potential,
the negative, like the fallout potentially?
And like that's very easy to say as like, to like,
of course, we can hide.
Yes, exactly. Like, what a nice thing to be able to do.
Yeah, it's like definitely a privilege thing.
But like for a lot of people, like that's
sometimes
not the case.
That's not like an option.
Yeah,
you know,
so
which is also like a good learning moment, I think.
No, it is.
But no, I feel like we're doing a better job now of like balancing both of those things.
Yeah,
because I don't know. I think I've said this already, but I feel most like myself that I ever have in my
I think so
adult
too.
life, you know?
I know.
I feel like we're kind of coming into ourselves.
I feel like young Aaron would be like, how short are your shorts?
I know. I'm curious. What do you think high school you would think of the way you dress now?
I think generally like the shorts and tank tops and stuff, as I'm wearing one now.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was like so opposed to tank tops. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't own any tank tops until I was an adult.
You were.
I don't know why.
You're like on a tear now, and that's like all you wear, and I love it.
Well, it's hot. It's so hot outside.
You look very cute in them too.
Thank you. You look cute in your tanks too.
Thank you. We're a tank top family.
We are a tank top family.
We are a naked family.
No, we are not a naked family. But also we have like.
That's true. We can't really be an actual naked family because there's dog hair everywhere.
Oh, I would never.
Can you imagine sitting in your underpants on the couch?
No,
with
I
all
can't because I haven't. I won't. And I don't want to.
For real, I just don't understand.
I clean the couch like twice a day.
We have too many sensory issues to be having dog hair in our like little like especially my like leg creases when they get sweaty.
Can't.
And there's dog hair.
It's hot. Blech. Blech.
Gross.
Speaking of gross,
I think that's a nice moment to wrap up our podcast on talking about our gross legs.
Thanks everyone for listening.
Thanks for coming.
Your gross legs.
Rude. I know that this episode was a little bit rambly and like maybe not quite to the point, but I enjoy that.
I like to think we found it along the way.
So, thanks for coming. If you like the episode, like the video, and or subscribe on whatever platform you're listening on.
Don't forget to turn on notifications.
Mm-hmm. And if you're enjoying the show, giving us a 5-star review on whatever platform you're listening on does actually very much help. Not on YouTube, I don't think yet.
Oh, but like on the streaming?
Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, like any of those places. If you leave us a 5-star review, it does actually really help the show. So if you want to do that, then go do that. But
Let us body double with you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah.
We will see you guys for the next episode.
And we'll talk to you soon.
Until then, we'll see you later. Okay, bye.
Bye.